Hello and welcome to Skills to Pay the Bills. In today's segment of Shirley Luu and Associates, we have an awesome show for you today that will be done in two parts. Shirley is going to talk about her recent grand opening of her new office in Tysons Corner, Virginia, and you will also meet superstars Victoria Lee and Corey Vu, Executive Field Chairman from First Financial Security, Inc. During the second half of our show, we are going to meet the founder and chairman of First Financial Security, Inc., Mr. Phil Gerlicher, and two of his executive leaders, Vince Rokose, Chief Marketing Officer, and Dave Wild, Director of Performance. So Shirley, let's get started.
Hi, Tia.
How you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you.
Well, listen, you got quite a few people in town today and also here at the studio. So what's going on in Shirley's world?
Oh, man, it's just been an exciting morning. We had Victoria Lee and Corey Vu picked up at 5 a.m. in the morning, bright and early, so they were ready for the grand opening office that we had in my McLean Tysons office area. And then afterward, we had a big day. You have close to, I guess, maybe 75 folks, 80 folks joined me at the house. And we had food up by the poolside. We missed you, though.
Oh, yeah. I was working. Well, you were, too. Well, that's good. Well, Shirley, our first two guests are superstars in the strongest of the word. They started out as agents under your direction, if I remember correctly, about 9 or 10 years ago, maybe even 11 years ago. And they sit here now at the top of their game as executive field chairs for First Financial Security. What, Vicki and Corey, what happened 9 years ago? How did you meet Shirley? And Shirley, how easy was it for you to bring them on board?
Well, first of all, Victoria was not an easy catch. She was extremely smart, have already got herself set her mind, she's already involved with another financial firm. And also not only that, she was very active in the Vietnamese community from radio, TV as well, and throughout the community. So to her, she's kind of had her mark set already. And for us to come along and say, hey, come on board with us, it was something, she's like, I don't know, I'm not sure, I better have to ask my boss, which is Corey. But from there, to be honest with you, they came and checked us out, flew to Virginia and see how legitimate, realistic opportunities are. And then from there, they make a plunge. And we've never looked back since then. Right. Not only are we partners, but we're like brothers and sisters, so we share a lot of things in common. So that's what this business has to offer. Okay, so that's your side of the story. Victoria and Corey, I want to hear your side of the story.
Well, actually, like Shirley said, I 9 years ago when I met her, I was in a lot of business at that time. I was in the real estate, the mortgage. I wear a few hats, and was already involved with another financial institutions. But when I met Shirley, when I hear what the company offered, I got an chance to look into the business opportunity side, and I never looked back. It has completely changed my life, my family life, and especially for my daughter, to see that it's unlimited what you can do when you set your mind to do. Yes. And what the business opportunity turned into a mission that I'm now charging full force to go out to help protect as many families as possible in my community. And a lot of people are not aware of what we offer and not aware of what they can also do. Right. Not only protect families, but I'm able to help protect young moms. A lot of the moms give up their career so they can stay home and take care of their kids. Right. And financially, they're dependent on their partners, their spouse. And what if something happened?
That's true.
A lot of them have not thought about the what if part. So what we do is we go out there and we help protect and educate and help them understand that there's something that they can do right now with a small little amount of money that they can put forward to protect their family. And it completely has changed our lives, and the vision that we have right now is to help protect as many families as possible.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, Corey, now you are in charge of everything, I understand, and I know that 9 years ago you were probably, off into doing your world. So tell us a little bit about what you were doing and what made you decide to join Victoria.
Well, back in 2008, 2009, I was a chef instructor.
Ooh.
And, we were just then, parents of our newborn. And if you think back in 2008, you remember that was really the start of that great recession.
Right.
So, life has new meanings, new consequences, implications as parents, as well as facing a recession. So it was obvious to us, that this was a great opportunity because, quite frankly, we didn't know about the modern day life insurance product and what it could do to help families, especially the middle class.
Yes.
When we took stock of that and saw how relevant it was in our lives, we figured that, look, there's got to be about 200 million Americans out there that are facing the same dilemmas. So we had a long talk on the flight back, and we thought, you know what? If we don't know about this, and I'm certain that a lot of people don't know about this, and if we can bring this to the market, then we get to do both. We get to help people as well as find a very rewarding career. And so we just never looked back.
Wow, that's a beautiful story.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. Tell us about some of the unique products and services that FFS offers. Victoria.
Should I start?
Uh-huh.
A lot of people misunderstood the new modern day life insurance product. The product that we all need, and a lot of them, the first approach is, no, I don't need it. So I asked them, in life, from here on out in this journey, 3 things can happen to you: the death, the ill, and the live too long, right? And this new modern day life product, insurance product, allow you to have all 3 and allow you to have it with the minimum amount of money that you can save per month. So a lot of people think it's an expenses. To me, I think it's an advantage for those who truly understand what the product offer, a complete package, and it will touch our lives. However, from here on out, if something ever happened, your family is taken care of. Your kids will be able to continue college. But what about the long-term care situation? What about the illness? A lot of people don't think about that.
Right.
This product will allow you to switch and convert and use it for a living assistance situation, for a chronic situation. If you couldn't work, if you couldn't bathe, if you have a situation, a lot of family, when I talk to them, they go, oh, I'm comfortable, I'm okay. Really? If 1 out of the 2 is sick, what's going to happen? Your income is going to stop right away. So this product allows you to protect as well as to save the financial situation if 1 out of the 2 gets sick. The third part is, we live long now. Longevity is a problem right now, and a lot of people do not realize it until they reach 69 to 70 years of age, and at that time it's too late. So this one product allows you 3 options that we all need, but too many people are not understanding it yet.
Right.
So that's why our mission is to go out and educate and help them understand. And I believe that every single one, once they have a chance to sit down and listen to this product and understand it, they will not walk away without signing up for it.
Right. This next question is for Corey. Corey, many husbands and wives cannot work together well. And you guys, have done this. I mean, you started out with just the 2 of you, and you didn't really worry about building a team. But now you've built a big team, and we're going to talk about that later. But I want to know from you. I mean, how do you guys blend and work together? Because I know you have very different personalities.
Yeah.
But yet you're strong. You're strong together. Talk a little bit about that.
It's kind of cliche, right? When you take your vow, right? In sickness and in health and all that goodness. So if you think about it, it just means that you need to do whatever you need to do to help your partner, and you help your union, and you help your family. And so I think sometimes it is true that it's difficult to work with, but it doesn't mean that it's impossible. I think that you need to learn to look at and ask yourself, how can I be productive in this union? The biggest part is try not to get into each other's way. So Victoria and I, we have a very clear path in terms of what I do and what she does, and it just complements our mission. But we don't cross into each other's way, and I think that's been the first healthy start. The second part to that is, in order to succeed, you have to have a shared vision, shared goals. And so we frequently express our goals of what we want for our family, for our team. And in particular for our daughter. And so when you have your goals aligned, the small day-to-day stuff, they're meaningless. So you always kind of plow ahead towards your goal, and it's been cool for 10 years,
The support is very important from each other. The support is very important.
Right.
I think on my end, and I encourage the husbands out there to give it a try, give it an honest try. Many people can say that they love or admire or respect their spouse, which is good, but I get to see that on a day-to-day basis, which is, to me, it's amazing. It's amazing to watch your spouse go to war and win every time. It's really cool. So there is a reward to that. And you know what, man? It's okay to be supportive. Yes. It takes a strong dude to do that.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. This we have a couple of minutes in this segment left. Shirley, this question is for you. When Victoria and Corey came on board with you, they were like agents, and now they have gotten to be executive field chairman, which is the same as you. A lot of uplines would be jealous, or they'd have fights, and how did you all work that out? Because I've known people and they've gone to almost blows because someone that started out, got up to the same level.
Well, I guess because the key thing is in this one thing, the common denominator we all have is we're all in. All in for one is because First Financial Security offers an opportunity to have equity share in the companies, and to see others be so extremely successful in that, you win. Even today, as we look across the companies out there, there are many other teams that has nothing to do with us, but we are still under the one roof, under one umbrella. Phil made it easier for us to try to work together as a team, because the more you make, the better for our company. So, yeah, we have fun and friendly competition all day long. That's not to say we don't have it. We pick on each other, make fun of each other, but at the end of the day, it is always all in. Yeah, we love each other.
That's good. I like that, and that says a lot about FFS too.
And I think also, if I can add on to that, because we have the same mission. Our mission is to go out there and help protect as many families as possible. Yeah. Wherever we reach, we really don't see that as a negative thing, So we help each other grow, we push each other, and the main point is going back to First Financial Security is the main thing. Our main focus is to bring the company all the way to the top.
It's like a family company.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Shirley, Victoria, and Corey. Shirley, Victoria, and Corey, you guys are invited back anytime.
Oh, we'd love to be back. Thank you, Tia.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you so much.
You've been awesome.
We're going to take a short station break, and we will return with the leadership team from First Financial Security, Inc. Don't touch that dial.
Maybe you can make retirement happen. After all, you made home ownership happen. Homeschooling yourself on loans, beefing up your credit score.
So I'm pre-approved.
You were like, yes! Sorry. Color coding listings, ticking boxes, and flushing every toilet in a 20-mile radius. Home sweet home. You aced house hunting. Now get the tips you need to get on track at aceyourretirement.org.
You're watching Skills to Pay the Bills, and today's segment of Shirley Luu and Associates. It is now time to meet several members of the executive leadership team of First Financial Security, Inc., starting with the founder and Chief Executive Officer, Phil Gerlicher, Chief Marketing Officer, Vince Rokose, and Director of Performance, Dave Weil, and Director of Marketing. Gentlemen, thank you so much for coming today.
Our pleasure. Our pleasure.
Good. Now, Dave, did I get your title right?
Yes. It's Director,
is that correct?
Director of Performance.
Director of Performance.
Yes.
Okay, we're going to talk about that a little later.
Okay.
Let's start with Phil. Phil, you and your lovely wife, Debbie, started FFS about 10 years ago. Is that correct?
That was about 12 years ago.
12 years ago.
Yeah, we bought the company. Yes.
Okay, okay. What were you doing prior to starting FFS, and what made you decide to take this opportunity?
Well, we were in the financial services industry before that. I was running an independent agency out on the West Coast in the Portland, Oregon area, and so I was familiar with this segment of the industry. I got a call about it, and very long story short, ended up buying the company, and thought it was a great opportunity based upon the model. It was a kind of a new progressive type model for the insurance industry.
Wow, you're fearless.
It wasn't a straight line.
It wasn't. Phil, could you also describe how you use your experience in the financial service industry to shape FFS?
Well, one of the first things we said when we bought the company is we wanted to bring some corporate discipline to the networking model. And so we've worked hard to do that. I think we've done that. I believe that the future is all about technology and innovation, so we also wanted to bring innovation at all levels too. Innovation with the people, innovation with products, innovation with technology.
Right, and you've grown at a phenomenal rate. I mean, how did you do that?
Well, you know, that is really interesting because the early hypergrowth phases, it was touch and go, and it always is. A lot of companies fail because they grow too fast. But we managed it, and it was a team effort, the team effort of the home office people, and also from the people in the field, and we did it. And you know, there are obviously more challenges ahead, but we got through that one.
Right. Talk a little bit about your leadership team.
Well, I got to say, I think we've got probably one of the best leadership teams in the industry, particularly in our segment. There's probably more experience here, take me out of it, more experience sitting with me here in this segment of the model than anywhere else. We're very fortunate to have these gentlemen on tap.
Yes.
And bringing their years of experience to the field.
Right. Let's go to Vince. Vince, tell us a little bit about your role in the FFS corporate structure.
Sure. Basically, I oversee two different areas. One's the marketing side, and the other side's performance side, where I work with mostly Dave. So on the marketing side, we really oversee everything about the brand, print materials, web content, our blogging, our social media platforms, all the things that are out there, getting our name out there, as well as putting together our events for our field force. And on the performance side, working with team to make sure our guys have the training that they need and systems that they need to be able to go out there and do what they do every day.
Now, I believe you are the ultimate marketing professional. So can you talk a little bit more about the marketing strategy of FFS?
Sure. Yeah, we are truly blessed to have incredible field people. You know, you had Shirley and Victoria here, and that makes our job a lot easier. We have great people like that. Our focus is really supporting them, making sure they have the tools that they need available to grow their business. And we also have something called the business building system. So when people come on board and join our company, they work with our great leaders across the country, but there's a system in place where the day they join, there's steps that they need to go through and follow. We have a manual for it as well as technology behind it when they go in, and they can follow that system. So they work with, they work with these great field leaders we have, follow that system, and really helps them grow their business.
Okay, and they start out with that.
They
It's
do,
not
right?
anything
Day one,
that-
there's steps they need to go through. We have great partners to help them through the process, whether they have a license or not. And once they get on board, they go through that process and work with their field leaders to help them grow.
Wow. Dave, now you've got a title, in the earlier part of the top of the show, I kind of missed it a little bit, Director of Performance. I have never heard of that title before. Talk to me about that.
It's a different kind of a title, but when you stop to think about it and really understand it, it makes a lot of sense. Performance is about achieving results, positive results that you're looking for. In my other previous business experiences, I've been with a lot of companies where there's a lot of training. People have certificates on the wall of courses that they've taken, but they don't actually get out and apply that training in the field, and therefore the performance, or the results, if you will, are lacking. So what my role is to try to pull everything together, which includes training, accountability, coaching, which is working directly with the people out in the field to make sure that they apply what they learn. Putting it all together in order to ensure that you get that positive outcome, or the positive results that you're looking for.
So when you say you're working with the people in the field, is that just the uplines, or are you working with the agents as well when you go out?
Both. We have training programs that we do periodically at different places around the country. Then we also provide webinars that we do for everybody, that everybody all in the entire organization can participate in. We record those webinars so they're available 24/7 to anybody that wants to view them at any time. And of course, lots of our agents will use those to train their new agents in their own offices and out in the field. So it's a combination of a lot of different things that we do. We also have two major events a year, our convention and our what we call our Jump Start, which is in the beginning of the year to help everybody get the year off to a good start. We do a lot of training there as well, and the real advantage to those is a lot of our field leaders, our top performers in the field, are also doing training, so everybody has the opportunity to hear the top people talk about their best practices.
Right, I see. Phil, as a growing company, what are some of the challenges that you see going forward in this changing industry?
Well, obviously you have to manage the growth, and there's risk in growing too fast, capital requirements and that sort of thing. So you have those risks. There's competitive risks. We've got some competitors out there. We don't, while we don't take competition lightly, we're kind of charting our own course. What was it, Buckminster Fuller, the American architect and futurist, said, it's hard to fight the reality of the current model. What you need to do is create a new model to make the other one obsolete. Right. So we're trying to blow up the old model, create something new, using technology, taking a cautious approach, and certainly working in the new regulatory environment. We take that very seriously. Right. And we're very conservative about that, and we're anticipating there's going to be more of those challenges, so we're getting ready for them now.
Okay, that's good. That sounds good. Now, this question is going to go to all of you. Because this is something that I have personally, experienced from hearing it from a lot of people that are in the financial services industry. They complain about training. They start, they're all excited, and then boom, here comes this training, and it's like they don't feel that they're getting enough of it quick enough to start earning an income. So what does FFS do that helps that learning curve for your new people? And then also, what do you do for those that have been on for a while that need to be boosted, need to upgrade a little bit?
Let me start that one off, if I may, because that's kind of more in my arena, if you will.
Okay.
But training, the number one thing that training is supposed to do is impart knowledge. Because if there's no knowledge, then there's no confidence, and if you have a lack of confidence, there's no activity. You don't want to go out and try to do something that you're not confident that you have the ability to do. Right. So it's important for that knowledge base to be established. And then the second thing is to actually get out in the field, as I mentioned before, and actually apply that knowledge. It doesn't do any good if you have a lot of knowledge, but you're sitting in your office or sitting in your home and you're not getting out there and using it and doing anything with it. So what we've done is we've created what we call field training, where we have qualified field trainers that understand the training, the systems, the approach, prospecting, all of that sort of thing, and they get out there with the brand new person to make sure that they're applying it properly. Mm-hmm. They're seeing it from being done by somebody that is experienced and competent and capable, and then they actually get to do it themselves with that coach, if you will, overseeing them and kind of sharing some ideas and some suggestions on how they can improve. So I think it enhances the entire experience.
Are your field trainers coming from corporate, or are they within the individual unit?
They're within the individual offices and agencies. The agents are out there doing that themselves. Once they become qualified and competent, then they can become field trainers, and they can do the same thing with the next new agents.
Okay. Vince, what do you say coming from a marketing perspective?
Yeah, so one of the tools we have available that Dave alluded to a little bit was we have a secure agent back office where we have archived a lot of different training webinars and things that we've done live in those two major events. Mm-hmm. The field trainers have access to that when they do training for bigger groups. If they're not just working with somebody, bringing them in the field, they're having group trainings at their offices and plugging into some of those things. So if somebody's just starting or somebody's been in the business for a while, they can plug into different aspects, whether it's particular companies, particular products, and they can focus their training on that topic. So having all those resources available make it easier for guys to get training wherever they are in their career.
Right. Phil, as the CEO of the company, would you like to add something to what they just said?
I would, and I'm talking very much about myself as I am commenting on that. You know, you basically have a teacher and you've got a student. And for learning to occur, it has to fall on ears that are willing to hear. And that's really one of the important points about archiving our videos online so people can, 24/7, they can go watch them. Right. Sometimes they're not ready to receive or something doesn't click with them when the training is live, but they can go and see that. And I know for me, there's times where a light bulb went off in my head long after the lesson was given. So, so the student needs to be prepared, and a lot of times it's not at the time they hear it for the first time.
Okay, all right, that's good. We have about a minute, a little less than a minute left. Phil, can you talk to us? You told us about Jumpstart, which is already passed. So tell us about this exciting event that's coming up.
Well, our Leaders Convention we do every year, and to make it exciting, we do it in Las Vegas, of course.
Oh, yes.
It seems to draw more people. But really, it's a time for our current leadership to come and enjoy it and share ideas with other leaders. And more importantly, it's a time to bring people who've expressed an interest in the visit, to bring them in and come and see it. It's like a big commercial where they can meet the leadership and meet the field leaders.
Oh, wow, that's good. Well, listen, gentlemen, I want to thank you so very much for coming. I know that this is a busy time because, you know, you're going to be doing, what does Shirley call it, tomorrow, I think?
Super Saturday.
Super Saturday. And so, you know, we're all excited about that, and I know that's going to be a great event, you know, for Shirley. So thank you so much for coming. I appreciate you. Welcome back anytime that you're in the DMV area.
That's right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We trust that you have enjoyed our show today. If you have any questions, you know, please contact Shirley at FFS. It should be scrolling on the screen right now, how to get in touch with her. As you know, she is the, I call her the ever-ready bunny battery. You may get a call from her at 3 in the morning. She never sleeps. So we want to thank you for watching Skills to Pay the Bills today and today's segment of Shirley Luu and Associates. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.